listening to Here For It All. I'm Mariah Carey.
Baby, I'm here for it all. There's a place in my heart I can't hide at all. Well, you can always find it. Cheers, 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 cheers. To me, not you, just me. That confetti and champagne. Click, 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 now look at me now.
It'll be my first time listening to it on CD. This is her 16th studio album. We've been waiting for 7 years to hear new music from Miss Carey, and she delivered. She definitely delivered. I can say this is one of my favorite bodies of work that she has actually done.
Oh, she's taking it.
And it's always important to me to have my favorite albums on CD. So I'm very happy to get to listen to this and to get to open it for the first time. This copy actually contains a exclusive Mariah only version of Sugar Sweet. So that is a huge draw. Sugar Sweet was my song of the summer. Nice, nice, need, sugar, sugar, sweet, sweet.
Keep it nice, nice, neat, sugar, sugar, sweet, sweet. Keep it nice, nice, neat.
Like, so catchy, so catchy. Love Kehlani, love Shinsia. Was not familiar with her game. I was not familiar with Shinsia's game. Yeah, so let's get into it. So nostalgic to get to open a CD. I haven't done this in a while. A brand new one. I thrift quite a bit, but yeah. Love to start here at the edges and slowly peel that fresh plastic. It's always got a nice smell too. But yeah. I feel like back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was a different kind of plastic. Definitely was harder to open, but this is still a very nostalgic feeling to get to do this. Yeah, oh, this is really pretty. This is really pretty. I love the packaging already. Yeah, I love this. Just taking it all in. Ooh. Get this out of here. Oh yeah, I love the photos. Ooh. Oh, this is nice. And it's got the lyrics in here too. Oh, it's got the lyrics, yeah. I love it already. This is giving me kind of like when she did, I think it was Elle magazine for Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. She recreated all her looks to kind of commemorate 20 years of her being in the industry. But this picture alone, I know this was, I need this vinyl. I need this vinyl in the alternate cover, one of the variants. But this picture is so cool. Yeah, this is really dope. Oh, wow. I love it. This picture is beautiful. This picture is really beautiful. I dream a greater dream. I fight a greater... Oh, I dream a greater dream. I fight a greater fight. You gotta excuse my voice. I'm getting over COVID currently. But, oh my God. This is... Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I won't allow it. Jesus, I do. Nice. Very nice. Very simplistic packaging. I was really ducking and dodging spoilers, but I ended up seeing somebody post this But yeah, this is a really gorgeous picture of her. All right, well, let's get into it. I love the CD. Forever, Forever, the branding with the butterfly. I know y'all can see the butterfly poster behind me as well. What you can't see is her other Mia and Mariah photo shoot where she's laying on the beach. That's not quite in this one. We'll have to work that out for future videos. Mom's CD player. She was nice enough to let me use this when I got here. She surprised me with a box of CDs that I haven't seen in 15 years. Mixed CDs and, you know, all from the burned CD era. I'll put one of them on the wall. And I distinctly remember this CD having like Lose Yourself by Fantasia on there. And, whatever song I put that song.
I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money talk first. Come I don't need all this time. I do whatever I please. Diamonds in my hair, it's pure luxury. I'm a bad bitch, but I'm good company. You would know that if you really knew me. In another class from those ladies. Welcome to my house. It's emancipation me. Don't get confused. I'm the movie in the news, and you could welcome on a night train. I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money talk first, come and see. I'm a good beat, that's MC. I'm a hot toddy, honey body, yeah, that's me. I don't care about much if it ain't about me. I like my lights cold, I like my wrist goes. I wear my high heels, walking on my tiptoes. Yes, I like my back run in my hot tub. Oh, sip, drink it like it's alkaline. Oh, whip, taste it like a Valentine. Rent free. I check the price, can nobody check me. I'm the movie in the news, and you couldn't walk a line night shoes. I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money talk first, conversations ain't free. Let's take talk about what I don't lose sleep.
Iconic. That's a wonderful album opener. You know, probably one of my favorite album openers since maybe Bet You Gonna Know. Yeah, Me is wonderful. And I love the way she teased some of the stuff. I personally, I like to blind listen to an album. I don't want to hear any songs from the album beforehand. So I was kind of like, dang, like all these teasers, like chill out. What I like about Me, you know, everyone has this perception of Mariah Carey as a diva, and that was birthed from people printing stories about her regardless. You know, she's one of the most humble people, but they will say, oh, well, Mariah Carey requested 100 kittens, and she requested, you know, this in her dressing room and that in her dressing room, and they would fabricate those stories about her. And so from that, you know, is where she kind of was like, you know, I'm gonna really start playing into this. She's always jokingly had the whole transatlantic accent thing going with like darling this and
Thank you, darling. You were wrong, darling. But anyway. Sorry, darling. Oh, darling, how can you ask me that?
Always been a part of her shtick, but you know, she's played into it more as the years go on. So, you know, I really appreciate on this album and in this entire era, the era of Me, that she is owning that and saying, you know what, I am gonna go ahead and start saying I am a diva, I am a legend, I am this, I am that, because it's like she's damned if she do, she's damned if she don't. So she might as well just go ahead and own it, and she has earned that title. You know, this woman literally, you know, is the traditional and the modern definition of a diva, which is someone with great vocal prowess. So Y'all can use whatever connotation that you want when you speak about her, but I'm the D-I-V-A, that's MC. Absolutely. So she should, as she should. But let's get into the next track. Next track is Play This Song with Anderson .Paak, CEO of the Hand Holding Club. So let's get into that. You know, Mariah Carey already has a 70s, she's a 70s baby first and foremost. So of course this is music that is paying homage to her childhood, homage to her brand, but overall, like, this is what she's come to be known as. You know, songs like 4th of July, which pay homage to Minnie Riperton, and you know, that whole the Emancipation of Mimi era, which was very 70s soul. Shout out to hashtag Mimi20. Congratulations on 20 years of Emancipation of Mimi, because what an iconic album. I'm so happy that we have When I Feel It on streaming finally. So yeah, let's get into the next track.
About your suffering in your silence. Oh, I know you need so by yourself. There's a thing in my mind I can't block this time. Ain't no way around it, getting back together. Although I highly doubt it.
Anderson .Paak sounds wonderful on this song. I'm not familiar with his music. I definitely am going to get more acquainted. I remember bartending near the Brave Stadium years ago, and out of nowhere, we got so busy. And come to find out, everybody was there to see Anderson .Paak. This was like 2018. Yeah, this was 2018. And I didn't know, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check him out, I'm checking out. Never did. I'm an old soul when it comes to music. I listen to, you know, a lot of 50s, 60s, 70s music, and on up to the maybe 2000s to 2010s. I'm excited to check his music out. But yeah, he sounds phenomenal on here.
Although I highly doubt it, and I know you miss me, babe. Don't pretend like you don't feel the same. Can't take a
One thing I appreciate about Mariah's music is she's for the true lovers. She's for the yearners. You know, we belong together. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Like, you know, always be my baby. You know, don't forget about us. Like, you know, she is somebody that writes a music about a love that you may or may not be able to get again. You know, and so I appreciate that about her music. Like, you know, she likes to leave it open to interpretation so that everybody can enjoy it differently. But yeah, this is definitely you know, one of those songs, a back and forth. You talking to the person like, you know, you miss me. Don't be trying to play. So I love that. I love that about her music, and love her tone on this song. Reminds me of Infamous with Jussie Smollett. You know, you can tell she wasn't maybe in her best voice that day, but she's gonna do the best she can with what she got. And I've always said I would stand Mariah Carey if she has the vocal range of Barry White, because you know, she has a musicality and she knows how to use her instrument in any way that she can. So I love this song. Great choice as a second, third single. Great choice, great choice.
the pain and the sorrow. Come on and stay till tomorrow. And I know you miss me, babe. Ain't it hard when things don't go your way? I'm not the same, baby, I promise. But all I can say is that I'm sorry. Baby, so you try so hard to hide it. I can tell by the way you're smiling. Girl, I know you miss me. Listen by yourself, and then listen by your damn self. After driving, eating with your little friend, I used to buy you steaks and shrimps. Don't act like
I really like how on the Jimmy Fallon show he was like, that wagyu. I really like their chemistry and his stage presence and everything. And it's like you could tell that Mariah is still processing everything that she's been going through And, you know, she's not that lively, like, you know, kind of bubbly version of her that we've seen before, but, you know, she's out here, she's doing what she loves. I respect her so much more for immersing herself into her work and, you know, being open and candid about whatever it is that's happening.
Parts of it, but going through all that other stuff while making the album, that was difficult. I
really enjoyed that performance on Jimmy Fallon. Go check it out if you have not checked it out. Mariah looks gorgeous. He looks really good. Yeah, they ate down. They looked wonderful, and it was a great theme. But baby, so by yourself.
There's a place in my heart I can't hide at all. Well, you can always find it.
She sounds gorgeous. There's a place in my heart I can't hide at all. That's beautiful songwriting. There's a place in my heart I can't hide. Boy, you can always find it. Great imagery, and just beautiful. Like, she sounds so gorgeous on that part. Love the way that that's just subtly stacked. And yeah, she starts out low and then gives herself somewhere to go. I really, really love that.
We was getting back together, although I highly doubt it. And I know you miss me, babe. Don't pretend like you don't feel the same. When things don't go your way, I'm not the same, baby, I found you. All I can say is that I'm sorry. Baby, so by yourself. I was sitting all alone, and the DJ plays the song. You know, you was lost in confusion, but it's never too late. Change things.
Rearrange things. Yeah, very, very nice. I love the spoken outro, very paying homage to 70s R&B and soul with, you know, a lot of the way the songs were, you know, give you that spoken moment, and, you know, the songs were long. And that's one thing that I loved about the past 5 years of Mariah. You know, we got the extended version of We Belong Together, which was a 7-minute song. And I know she could have continuously gone. Appreciate her putting that on streaming. And I just know they made magic in the Butterfly Lounge. I could tell that, you know, she was creatively on fire, and I'm just so thankful that you know, while the pandemic was a really, really sad time and very, very devastating time and loss of life and so many things for so many people, that we, on the flip side, we were able to have those beautiful moments where, you know, the world slowed down, and, you know, Mariah was able to take care of herself, and, you know, her voice was really, really strong during that era. You know, kudos to her for putting out music during that time, and even getting back out there, because, you know, there was a time when she said that she would never even tour again after COVID because of, you know, just how uncertain and how unsafe it is. It's still, you know, it's still not safe. I'm still getting over my second COVID infection this year, so kudos to her, and I'm just happy that we got this natural progression into Here for It All. But yeah, let's get into the next track. The next track is Type Dangerous. Excellently executed with the drop of that. Was totally unexpected. You know, we were on the tail end and really in the full bloom of the Mimi 20 celebrations, and then she just dropped a teaser video. And that was so genius and beautiful. Definitely ran that song into the ground. I loved all the remixes.
And more, you gon' always be my baby, you know we belong together. And all I want for Christmas is this fantasy forever. I twirl your ass around like a wine glass, hourglass shape. Damn, I love watching time pass. It's your fine ass.
The Brazilian funk remix was really, really cool. Remix with Busta Rhymes and Method Man was wonderful. So I really, really enjoyed all of that. Type Dangerous was a moment. So let's get into it.
I came in the dark, drifting, but I see pop like the coke and some 9-inch Fendi. The crowd opened up and it started to spread. I need my space but I'm shining on the grass and such. History, hating assholes, they don't know the meaning of war to lost soul. I don't have time for the rigmarole. Look at my wrist, check out the light show. Can you handle this? I don't know. Knock 'em out the box with a chocolate kiss. Oh, I ain't sensual. I like a picture. Looking for the danger.
This is so cool. I love the 90s feel of the hook. It gives me something that I immediately was like, okay, we need an LL Cool J, feature on this, or remix or something, because it just gives me that smooth vibe of the early 90s hip hop, which is super cool. It's a full circle moment, especially for Mariah, not being able to really release the music that she wanted to fully release around that time during this era that it's paying homage to. So that there's something so poetic about all of this with this era that I think people should emphasize more, because it's really cool that she's getting to do the music that she wants on her own terms. This is her first independent album that she's dropped, and so I'm really, really loving that. But yeah, this very, very smooth, looking for that dangerous time, very, very nice hook, simple, easy to sing along to, and just smooth. I love the instrumentation. I believe Anderson .Paak is involved with the production of this one as well. But really, really nice. Excellent first single, and her first Hot 100 hit in years. So I think the last time she charted was with I Don't. So yeah, this was a really, really great kickoff to this era. And yeah, congrats, Mimi. Excellent. Can we talk about how triggered this made some people? Fresh out of Sing Sing, now I'm just playing. That was just a castle and an evil king. And it prompted a very once powerful music executive that she just happened to be married to at, some years ago, to tweet, you don't know when to stop. And he stylized it S.T.O.P.O.P.P. if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what, that was incredibly cryptic and very weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, sir, you need to knock it off. But Mariah can speak about that situation as many times as she wants to, because it was very, very traumatic. And she could speak about it until the end of time, and I'll never get sick of hearing her work through whatever she needs to work through. So whoever is telling her that she won't let it go, or etc., she has actually very much so let a lot of things go. And she speaks very, very graciously of people that don't deserve the grace that she gives them. I don't know her. But yeah.
Made my safety, so had to flee. Now it's Sex in the City and a couple little fleas. Motorcycle man at the end for me. Like you rush to the tone at a breakneck speed. Computer boy toy, he was fun. They wanna love me down, but there's no handcuffing. 7 feet together, but you didn't stay forever. Now I guess it's just whatever till the 12th and never. I've never been afraid of love. That's why I like them dangerous.
I really enjoyed the minimalist approach that she took to this song. I like the very meticulous layering on certain parts. I could have used a few more ad-libs and maybe like the song to be maybe 30 seconds longer, but I do appreciate the effort put into the song. Motorcycle man that I am for me. I love that line so much. I love the delivery. It's ear candy. It's just very, very nice. But I quite like Type Dangerous. I'm dangerous. I really like how she's implemented the TikTok choreography into the stage, you know, the stage performance. Type Dangerous is really cool. I really like that outro. It's very, very catchy. Oh yes, I want someone to rescue me. Oh yes. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's a hit. I love it. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with the sequencing so far on this album. Always excellent sequencing from Mariah Carey. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying Here for It All. I'm here for it all currently. I am. Yeah. Next song, Sugar Sweet. Man, this had me in a chokehold and still does. Very, very nice. Sugar Sweet. And this is the Mariah only version. Like, I'm liking it.
Walk through the car, and there you are. Can't explain the rush that I feel. Open up the door, I really, really like when I put it all together for you. Hate it when you have to leave, but I don't say a thing, 'cause I was absolutely victory. No worry, no worry. Oh, baby, 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 baby.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Like, after Type Dangerous dropped, you know, she was very like singing in full voice, which I like. A lot of people always, you know, critique her for using her whisper register, which I'm like, a lot of people use that because of Mariah. Like that, like y'all gotta, like let's wake that up, because a lot of people weren't singing with dynamics like that, and you know, so yeah, the way Mariah sings, she's built this music industry from the brick up, or especially our current landscape. So y'all got to give her kudos for that. But I love her tone on this section. You know, hey, I have to leave, but I don't say nothing. Very, very nice. Like very ear candy. Like you know, pun intended with Sugar Sweet. But yeah, like beautiful. I love it. I love the way she approached this song, and it's a bop. It's a banger. I really, really want more for this song. I hope that it continues to receive its due. I know it was doing pretty well on radio, just as Type Dangerous was, so I really hope to see it continue to grow and more people to find out about it, you know, before the juggernaut of All On for Christmas, you know, takes people's attention, as it should. I love the holiday season, but yeah, Sugar Sweet deserves all its things,
Gonna use my expertise. I'ma keep it nice. I'ma keep it neat. I'ma keep it sugar. I'ma keep it sweet. I'ma keep it nice, nice, neat, neat. Sugar, sugar, sweet, sweet. Keep it nice, nice, neat, neat. Sugar, sugar, sweet, sweet. I hope that you don't mind. I'm gonna take my time. All the things I do, I only do them just for you. You know I can't get enough of you, babe. When I talk to you and tell you all the things that I need from you. Baby, when you have to.
Very, very nice. One thing about Mariah, she's gonna attack a second verse totally different from the first. I always love that about her songs. It's always exciting. After hearing the Kehlani and Shazia version all summer, it's really, really nice to hear this version. I tried my best to wait till I got this CD, but outside factors prevented me from being able to access this CD in my mailbox for some time. So I snuck and I listened to it on YouTube. I didn't share it, but I did listen to somebody's CD rip, and I was like, ooh, okay. Like, you know, wasn't what I was expecting from the second verse, but it grew on me a little bit more, and I love it. I really, really love this version. Very nice. Once again, the sequencing is great with Sugar Sweet being track 4, and it's just a banger. I love this song so much, and it's I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Yeah.
But I don't say a thing, 'cause I was absolutely victory. No worry, no worry. Oh, baby, 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 baby. Gonna use my expertise. I'ma keep it nice.
I just wish for this version they would have let her ad-lib a little bit more in the end. I say they as if there's, you know, other factors. I wish Mariah that she would have ad-libbed a little bit more and allowed the not faded out so soon, because there's some really pretty ad-libs there at the end. But once again, I do appreciate her minimalist approach to some of these tracks. This is somebody that has wailed and hit the rafters on so many songs for years. And, you know, it's like she did all that and people still don't appreciate her. So I don't blame her, you know, for not doing as much. Not saying she's deliberately putting out a lesser product, but I do think that in this era, she's like, you know what? Let me just take this approach. This is her art. You know, this is how she chooses to format it, and I respect it, and I love that she's releasing music 35 years into her career. That's iconic, and I hope that from this deal with Gamma that she continues to release, you know, albums. I know that it's a multi-album deal, so I'm hopeful that it's all new music and that it's not something that ends up just being like, you know, anything else. I wouldn't be mad at a Rarities 2.0. Shout out to Andy Cohen for choosing my question on Watch What Happens Live. That was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Orange clouds.
Oh, orangey clouds. I know. Did you get that from Close My Eyes?
Probably.
I am Orange Clouds on Twitter that asked the question about her Michael Jackson collaboration potentially being on a Rarities 2.0. And I was absolutely floored when I'm sitting in my living room and I hear him say, Mariah, Orange Clouds on Twitter said, and then she looked dead in the camera and asked me, did you get that from Close My Eyes? Absolutely, I got that from Close My Eyes. Orangey clouds roll by. Orangey clouds roll by, they burn into your image and you're still alive. Yeah, I absolutely got that my handle on all social media from Mariah Carey. So yeah, I love you, Queen, and I'm so happy that you got that reference and that we had that moment. Thank you for peering out from TV land and looking straight at me and asking me a question, because that was a belated birthday gift for me. And yeah, I love you to the moon and back. So yeah, let's get into the next track. Next track, oh my God, I love And You're Feeling so much. I know this is going to be the next single. I know this is going to be her next viral moment because people are already have TikToks with thousands of views with this track. But this song is good, very, very good. I love And You're Feeling. So yeah, let's just get into it.
I thought I was yours, and again you pretend so I didn't know for sure. I thought we could fly, guess you're probably scared heights. I let you go, watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Came from my heartache, we're back where we started.
Yeah, this is nice. I love this build-up. Pain from the heartache, back where we started. I love this cadence. I love the cry in her voice. This is another time where you could tell she probably wasn't in her best voice, but she just gave you what she had, and you know she bared her soul there. You know, she could have fine-tuned this and polished these vocals completely, but no, it gives a raw emotion. And I love this song. I mean, I listened to it last night. I was just laying down. I ran this back at least 2 or 3 times because I love this song. If I haven't said it already 100 times. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. And I'm reading the credits. I didn't realize this was also another Anderson .Paak collaboration. So very nice.
I can't keep playing these games. I think you might be getting a little bit too in your feelings. I might spread a moment for a picture, and you can take it as I'm leaving, yeah. I do it feel so strange in the love.
hook, thought I was yours. And then second verse, sweet tender love, na 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 na. I love her tone on this song. I really, my favorite little ad lib that she does is, "Get as I'm living, yeah, yeah." I love that so much. That yeah, yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah, this is such a soulful, cool, like 60s pop moment. I'm really, really liking it.
You said you promised now I was stupid and stuff, 'cause you couldn't be honest. Pain in my heart, darts in your back, pain in a picture of what we could have had. Why do we feel so strange? Pain from the heart, back where we started. I keep playing these games. I think you might be getting a little bit too.
Yeah, y'all gotta excuse my CD player. I borrowed it from my mom, and it's the volume is jumping up and down, but it's no problem. I think you might be getting a little bit too. I love that phrasing. Mariah will always be my favorite rapper for that reason, because the quick phrasing is the way she has slid on so many songs with just that quick phrasing. Love it, love it, love it.
In your feelings, I might spend a moment for a picture, and you can take it as I'm living. Watching them walk, let myself be.
I like this a lot. We haven't really gotten bridges in her songs a lot lately, so I appreciate this. While it's not a lyrical bridge, it's still a bridge where she's Mariah scatting is always enjoyable, like something that she does so well, and do 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 oh. All of those, Always Be My Baby, Fantasy are her biggest hits, where it's like, she scats and it's nice. Do 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 do. Dream Lover, this is somebody that just, her voice is just musical. She doesn't even need the music. The music is just the cherry on top. So yeah, this section where she's just cooing and eyeing and oohing and weeing, it's very nice, and it's just perfect.
I think you might be getting a little bit too. In your feelings, I might spend a moment for.
Love the key change, love the big vocal moment, because it's like, once again, this is where she's already doing, she's already emoting, she's already giving you that punchy sound. So she really could do without a big vocal moment. There's a lot of singers that don't even do big vocal moments in their songs because they don't even have the capability of doing that. But this is Mariah, somebody that as a producer, she's got 15 #1 hits as a producer. She understands how to fully take it there, and she certainly does in this song. She gives you everything that you need. This is a good album cut, but it's also an excellent single. I'm side-eyeing a certain reviewer that heard this album and then said that all the most radio-friendly songs had already been released, because I'm like, In Your Feelings is very radio-friendly. We'll get into the other songs that I think are radio-friendly too, but I just, it just shows that everybody doesn't have that ear that they think they have, because even Me could have been a great single. I don't think with the current global climate, it would have been viewed a little bit tone deaf to release that song as a single, but you know, at the end of the day, Mariah is somebody that's been very philanthropic and is also very, you know, be on the right side of history anytime that she's chosen to speak up political issues. Nicely done, Mariah. Nicely done, Mariah. 35 years into your career to be releasing, you know, music like that is legend status. You know, it's like, to me, she became a legend, you know, when she became the solo artist with the most #1 hits. You know, she has 18 #1, well, she has 19 #1 hits on the Hot 100. But this, to me, just solidifies her legacy and shows that she's still somebody that truly loves the craft, and her talent is very much intact. Like she's just wonderful. And I love you, Mariah. Excellent job. In Your Feelings is wonderful. I hope to hear it everywhere. I hope that it gets a radio push very soon and a video, and yeah, all the things. And I'm loving hearing that it's being performed on the celebration of Mimi. Sounds great. Let's get into the next track. The next track, Nothing Is Impossible. Ugh. Beautiful Mariah ballad.
For a while, but I'm much better. Covering my eyes was so unpleasant. Ain't gonna lie, it wasn't very nice. Seemed like I'd never rise again, but I was never alone. The spirit lives in my soul, so
I love that. And this is why I say this is a contemporary Christian song, because I'm just like, you know, I was never on my own. The spirit lives in my soul. I love that. You know, it gives very much Can't Take That Away vibes, Mariah's theme. And it has the sadness of languishing, gives me almost home vibes with like kind of the Disney-esque vibe of it all. Like, yeah, this is a wonderful ballad. This tore me up the first time I heard it, because I'm just like, Mariah has been through so much in the last few years, and the fact that she perseveres is very inspiring. She's always pushed through, and she's a wonderful example of somebody that's just been a light in the industry. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of this, and like specifically, you know, Gone for a While, but I'm much better. Like, I love that. You know, she's being very candid and very bare about her experience. Covering my eyes was so unpleasant. Like, it just speaks volumes. It's like you could tell like there was a moment where she just had to maybe dissociate and not fully immerse herself in reality and what was happening. You know, she coped in whichever way she could. This is somebody that has 2 teenage kids, so she's still having to show up for them and be whatever, you know, version of herself she has to be as mom, but then taking care of herself as Mariah. So this song really hits home for me. I love it so much, and I've been running it up, down, left, right, you know, got you spinning round and round, because, man, love this song.
never let go. I knew deep down inside that I could fly, 'cause I dream a greater dream. I fight a greater fight, survive the cruel snowfall, because nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible at all. So I weather the storms that most can't handle. Surprisingly, I am alive to stand up. Miracles.
She said, I weathered the storms that most can't handle. Surprisingly, I'm alive to stand up. Like, wow. Amazing. God bless you, Daniel Moore. You have been a wonderful, wonderful collaborator with her, and I'm so happy that y'all have this great chemistry, and to see that y'all are writing songs together. I remember, I want to say, I think y'all did a portrait together, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm loving your prominence in her music, because the live instrumentation has been wonderful, and the fact that y'all two are the sole writers listed on Nothing Is Impossible. I'm like, y'all ate that. Like, this is this is great. And I love hearing Mariah sing songs like this. This gives me the vibe of like The Star too, like, you know, where it's just those little vocal embellishments here and there, and you know, building up to this big climax.
Never cease to set me free. They chase me down, but I'm still rolling. Something in me cannot be stolen. Can't you see that I was never all alone? Spirit is in my soul, so I never let go. I knew deep down inside that I could fly. 'Cause I dreamed a greater dream. I tried a greater fight. Survived the gruesome fight.
I love how on CBS Mornings, Gail said, you know, you could have used any adjective. You could have, you know, said, I survived a bad fall, survived a, you know, a whatever fall, but you survived a gruesome fall. Like, it paints a vivid picture, and it's just like, Mariah, like, we are so grateful for you that you are here and that you are pushing through. And yeah, I also love, I knew deep down inside I could fly. Is that what she said? I knew deep down inside that I could fly. After the previous track says, I thought we could fly. Guess you're scared of heights. I let you go. So I really like that sequencing, and kind of a callback to that. Like, maybe this is her after a breakup or whatever, and it's like, whatever dreams that we had, I had to just let that go, and I'm focusing on me and on myself. So wonderful. Really, really great ballad, and I just love how she goes. This is when you have a vocal range like that, and you can you know, singers with deep voices like Toni Braxton and Mariah Carey, you know, they can start in the basement and take you all the way up to the rafters. So, you know, go for a while when I'm much better, and then now you're, you know, I'll dream the greater fight, you know, like giving it to you. So excellent. Yeah, those whistles are so gorgeous. Like, very, very nice. I literally picture her like flying, like the vocals are soaring, you know. I dream a greater fight. Like, this is just beautiful. The song is just gorgeous, and I quite enjoy any kind of Mariah ballad, but yeah, this is my favorite genre of Mariah ballad. Like, this could be on a Disney movie, this could be on, you know, whatever inspirational movie, because to me, it's a song about her faith. And yeah, excellent. Kudos to Mariah and Daniel Moore. I hope y'all do many, many more songs together. And she's got the lyrics to this song on the very next page. Very, very nice. track, Confetti and Champagne. Fan favorite right now. Also, Halle Berry tweeted about it. This is a bop. It's a banger. Mariah outdid herself once again, and it's really cool. I like Mariah making party songs, but also like, you know, kind of like somber moments. You know, it was a sad day. Kind of gives me throwback to Faded a little bit, you know, with the it was overcast that day kind of moment. But yeah, let's get into it. Confetti and Champagne, a bop. If you haven't, check out my mashups. I mashed up this song with Nasty by Ariana Grande, and I also mashed it up with The Distance. And I don't know how to produce. I don't know how to mix. This was me just finding pockets of the song that they sounded good together and playing it at the same time, and then taking little ad-libs and placing them in certain areas. I did all of it on my phone. I don't have any kind of like editing software yet, but I definitely want to get more immersed into it. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. I have a mashup channel that I just started called AJ Blends. So yeah, check that out. That is at AJ Blends with 5 Z's. Let's get into Confetti and Champagne.
It was a sad day, it was in my place. And now I watch him carry falling down and you live around. It's a celebration, funny in the crowd, with diamonds all around. Just another day, I've been pouring down the rain, and I never can.
That's beautiful. Just another day, I've been pouring down like rain, and I gotta get it to you. Like, yeah, this is nice. I love just the imagery of like champagne. You know, champagne is splashing, but then she's like, oh, it's another day of it just pouring down like rain. So she's crying at the same time. So the juxtaposition of the splash of champagne and it pouring down like rain, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this song is a banger. Very, very nice.
Sparkles on my cake, and I'm happy with me. Pouring up the chain, I stay surrounded by fake champagne. Right place to begin. Gonna close my side. Cheers, 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 cheers. To me, not you, just me.
This takes me out, bro. Like, I love cheers, 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 cheers. To me, not you, just me. And I love that. To me, not you, just me. I love that so much. Like, Mariah is hilarious, and this song is a banger. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I bet you thought hitting me deep, took about a week, damn. Ironies, better than sweet, so you can keep that. Ask me if I benefit, you know that I did. I got.
Yeah, once again, taking the second verse to a different place. You know, we started out with, it was a sad day, it was in my place. And then, you know, how does she start this? I bet you thought in me deep, took about a week, damn. I like this because it's like, you know, we publicly been seeing her be sad, and I'm just like, if this is about a specific person, she wanted you to know she wasn't effed up about that. You know, she was effed up about something completely different. You may have contributed to it for a small period, but, you know, she said, I bet you thought it hit me deep. It took about a week. Damn. So yeah, I really, really like this. I love the second verse. I love this whole song, but I love how she switched it up on the second verse.
Don't do just another day. I've been pouring down like rain, and I never cared to you. Sparkles on my cake, and I'm happy with your name. Pouring up in your eyes, they surrounded by Confetti champagne. Gonna close my side. Cheers, 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 cheers. To me, not you, just me.
another moment where I really wanted them to not fade it so soon, but a lot of Mariah's best vocals are in those fade out moments. So you had to turn it up all the way and let it fade out and then play it again. You know, and that's the genius of it all. You get us in this endless cycle, Mariah. But yeah, Confetti and Champagne, the hit that you are, I really hope that sees a radio moment. I think that's a very radio-friendly song. You know, again, I side-eyed those that listened to the album and said that the only radio-friendly songs were Sugar Sweet and Type Dangerous. It's very strange. And yeah, I think you should never speak on Mariah's career again, because what? But yeah, excellent. Confetti and Champagne is excellent. Let's get into the next track. The next track is another fan favorite, and Mariah, you slid on this. This gives me vibes of You Don't Know What to Do. This gives me vibes of Meteorite. Very 70s disco moment, and this is another song that I'm like, this could be a single too. So many radio friendly, and also not even just radio friendly, because I feel like the format of radio, while it is something that is still prominent, I think that we also have to view things from a different scope. There's some people that don't even listen to the radio. You know, me being one of those people that I haven't had a vehicle in almost a year, so I don't just sit up listening to FM radio. You know, unless I'm in someone else's vehicle. I do still have a lot of favorite, you know, radio stations, but I think it's interesting to consider a lot of factors when we're talking about what is, you know, something that is single ready, because it's like, I won't allow it. It's just a moment where it's just very, it's a hit. It's very, very electric and addictive. But yeah, let's get into it. First and foremost, I don't need that Chick-fil-A. I don't, you know, really agree with their values, and as a company, I think Popeyes is better. I think, you know, there's also, I can make better chicken sandwiches and nuggets at home. But I think it's so funny that she said, when you see me outside with my $1 billion bae, please enjoy your Chick-fil-A. So yeah, she cleared on that. I don't know who that was directed at, who likes Chick-fil-A that she used to deal with. I don't know. I just find it to be a funny dig, because she's like, look, I got money, honey. I don't do trash, as she said on the previous song. And, you know, enjoy your fast food. And, you know, it's my pleasure. So, I love it. Mariah, you're so funny. You thought you could do that. I won't entertain all your narcissistic ways. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. What you gonna do when you feel in love? 'Cause I don't love you anymore. No. Nice approach to the second verse. You know, she started off, what you gonna do when you na-na-na? Now, what you gonna do when you na-na-na? Very, very nice. This is a bop. I love all the trash talking on here, because it's just like, yeah, Mariah is somebody that's very gracious. She's not going to sit up and go back and forth with you anywhere. She's gonna take it to the booth. And yeah, I'm very much a fan of this brand of like, let me just go in and clear you with a few bars and then we move along. You could do that. I want to entertain all your narcissistic ways. I'm gonna describe Mariah's voice just the way Barbara described hers and Ariana's whenever they did One Heart, One Voice together. Delicious. Man, I love these breathy, cooey vocals on here. It's always one of Mariah's signatures and her trademarks, and oh, I just sound so good on this track. She said, I see you walking by with your dirty mustache and your pencils in your pants, and you kind of showed your ASS. Like, dang, who is she talking about? I mean, I kind of have a clue, but I'm also just like, wow, like, you was out here looking like that. And she said she still looks the same. Like, she cleared.
So what you gonna do when your face all broken, heart inside, lost your pride, updated the Accutane.
Should have been more proactive. I had to Google what Accutane was. I'm like, Mariah, you didn't have to do them like that. Like, come on now. But I do like Accutane, and should have been more proactive bar, because proactive and Accutane are both, you know, acne products, and then the word proactive means being preparing for something prior to it happening. So Accutane is no longer available. So you should have been more proactive in trying to find a solution for your acne, or you should have been more proactive in clearing up whatever it is you need to do, whatever. But that bar is lethal. It's very lethal. And yeah, so whoever she's talking about is very, very pointed, and she was going at that person specifically and wanted them to know you should have been more proactive. Stopped the whole track, had all the harmonies come in. Proactive. Nasty. Yeah. And also just very much like an album cut. I mean, like, again, I feel like this has single potential, but you're really immersed into it whenever you can stop the track and then bring it back. It's like, okay, we're in here, like, we're not giving you no microwave song. Like, this is a whole production. And who's involved with this? Of course, Anderson .Paak as well. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this writing team, but this gives me like Nile Rodgers vibes, you know, kind of like very, very, very funky. So I'm enjoying this. This is nice.
The fame is my name. I wanted to take all your narcissistic ways. I won't allow it. No, I won't allow it.
There's that scatting again. That is one of my favorite ad-libs on that song. I won't allow. I love that so much. She ate with that. Yeah, this is very funky. That dum 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 dum. Ha 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 ha. Very nice. I haven't heard her do a song this funky in a while. I think the only song that really comes to mind that gives you this kind of vibe, probably Funkin' for Jamaica, and then most recently, Here Comes Santa Claus. That's the only song I can think of that gives you that kind of vibe. Now, that is one of my favorite ad-libs on this album, because it's almost a slight growl. Forgot to tell you. I can't even try to do it. Forgot to tell you. But she does it in a breathy approach as well. So it's like, yeah, very, very nice. I love that. Yeah, this whole section. I forgot to tell you that part. Very nice. I love how they bring that all together. Like, I wonder what the full version of how long that song is. You know, the fact that she's ad-libbing and still going at the end. Very nice. Yeah, I won't allow it the hit that you are. Mariah, you snapped on that. You snapped on that. Excellent. But yeah, let's get into the next track. I was very, very surprised with this song. I knew that she was doing a Paul McCartney cover and didn't know if he was going to be involved in it. She's now come out and said she wanted him to be a part of it, and the scheduling, you know, didn't permit. So she wants to possibly include this on a deluxe version of the album with Paul possibly playing. Hopefully we get some Paul moments, some vocal moments, and some Mariah harmonies and things. They've always had a wonderful, you know, friendship and a great rapport with each other. I always remember him saying, you know a Mariah Carey song when you hear it, or melody when you hear it, because it's very special. I remember them performing when she was doing the Live 8 concert in 2005. She was singing on stage, and they were doing, they're doing Hey Jude, and everybody's on stage, and then he whispers in Mariah's ear, and he's like, I want to hear you sing. I want to hear you do this. And so she starts, na 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 na, Hey Jude, and, you know, just going in. And so that's an iconic moment, and I've always loved their connection because of that. So this next track, My Love, I didn't know it. I know some of Paul McCartney stuff. So once I started to hear it, I'm like, oh, I know this song. So it's really nice hearing something for the first time, and maybe you hadn't heard it in a long time or whatever, but this was such an organic listen for me on the first times. I'm just like, wow, like I know this song. I didn't realize he did it. So yeah, very nice. Mariah and Daniel Moore again.
And when I go away, I know my heart can stay when my love is understood. My love does it good.
They stacked this song so well. It sounds so good with all the harmonies and everything, and yeah, just beautiful, just beautiful. And I was reading the credits, and once again I see that she did this with Daniel Moore on keys, and I did see one of the background singers post on Instagram and just say they were really happy to get this opportunity because of Daniel. So kudos to you, Daniel, for bringing in somebody that you know and putting them on this and making such a beautiful, beautiful project. But yeah, this is nice. And then I like the simplicity with the booklet, because this is just a, you know, kind of blurred shot of a diamond necklace. It's very nice. Very beautiful. Like, I love Mariah's vocal approach here. She sounds so good, and any Mariah ballad, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So she did a wonderful, wonderful job on this song, and I know Paul is happy. Does it good.
To me.
love how this sounds like gives me like Heat Wave, Always and Forever vibes. Like, very nice, especially that ending. Like, just beautiful, Mariah. A gorgeous, gorgeous ballad. Yeah, this song is everything. I know Paul McCartney loves this, and I really hope that he's able to get on the deluxe like she's been kind of gunning for. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Very nice. Cheers, toast, bravo, to. Very, very nice. Next track, another fan favorite. Pretty much the entire album at this point is a fan favorite. But Jesus I Do. I remember Dorinda Clark Cole teasing this song years ago when they finished doing it. You could tell this song is straight out of the Butterfly Lounge. Looking at the credits, I see once again Mariah Carey and Daniel Moore listed. All the Clark sisters are listed as writers on here, with the exception of Twinkie. I wish Twinkie would have been involved, and maybe they'll do something again in the future, because I need that Twinkie sauce with Mariah as well. But they still did what they needed to do. This was everything I needed it to be and more. I wasn't expecting this sound, and as soon as it played, I was like, oh, this gives me, I could just tell from the texture of her voice that this was recorded in like 2021, 2022. It gives me Portrait vibes of the Hopeful Child remix. My goodness. Yeah, I love this track. So yeah, let's get into it. Once again, continuing with the 70s vibe, you know, Clark sisters date all the way back to the 70s. Mariah's a 70s baby. You know, the Clark sisters crossed over with You Brought the Sunshine, a massive gospel hit, which also turned into a pop R&B moment for them as well. And yeah, just a universal hit. And so it's very on brand that Mariah would get the Clark sisters for this project. So it's just amazing. And Mariah and Karen have always spoke so highly of each other. You know, Karen speaks about how she would study Mariah when Mariah was coming up. And, you know, Mariah speaks about how she obviously studied the Clark sisters from a very, very young age. So it's very beautiful. The synergy of it all is really, really nice. And yeah, this track is a bop. Yeah, it already is number 5 on the Hot Gospel Songs chart. And I expect it to top that chart, as people already predicted. That line right there, and you are the light, kind of gives me the vibes of Fly Away, the Butterfly Morales mix, you know.
Baby, you have become the butterfly. Baby, you have become the butterfly.
Styling of the way that she phrases that line. So it's a nice callback to that. I love the way she goes into this verse. So Jesus, I do. I love that phrasing so much. And I never noticed it because, you know, there's so much going on. The hook starts immediately. And so as I was listening to this song, I was already, Jesus, I do. Ooh, you know, and never noticed that until maybe my second or third listen. I'm like, I love that phrasing of do, that Jesus I do. But yeah, let's get into it.
Jesus I do.
I love everybody singing in unison on this. The Clark sisters come in. When I am down in misery, I call your name and I receive. You can clearly hear Karen and Dorinda holding that down. And I'm sure Jackie's in there too. It's just so well blended. But those two voices are always so distinct when I'm hearing certain things in unison that they'll sing. Because they're great at doing harmonies and splitting apart. But it's something about siblings singing in unison and singing together that I always love. So excellent second verse. Continuing with that same cadence that Mariah introduced in the beginning and the same melody. From all the lies and trials and Jesus can do. Make me feel brand new. I love that run so much, that Mariah. Make me feel brand new. I can't do it fully right now. I'm trying not to be too loud, but amazing. It's a really nice climax. They're just taking turns, you know, Karen and Mariah having a soprano off, just going up there in the rafters. Mariah has hit some whistle notes. Just beautiful, really, really nice. I love the jazziness because, you know, Karen is somebody that does a lot of jazzy, I mean, all the Clark sisters do a lot of jazzy, you know, ad-libs and stuff. So it's really nice hearing that and Mariah playing off of that and doing how, you know, how she usually does. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Another whistle I didn't notice until I was listening to it one day during headphones, and now it always stands out. But that she's saying I do, but in her whistle register. This is something that people don't realize about Mariah, that she sings and actually articulates words in her whistle register, which is not something a lot of people do. It's already amazing to be able to hit those notes and to get up there, but the fact that she is able to, you know, articulate words. I think Bliss is one of her best examples of singing a song in her whistle register, and you can clearly hear, you know, she's saying on and on and on and on, but in her whistle register. So kudos to Mariah for having such a pristine instrument. Despite the, you know, the challenges that she's been open with about her nodules, the fact that she's able to still do really phenomenal things with her instrument is very much a amazing feat. And, you know, once again, I just have to say, you know, 35 years in her career to continue to use her instrument in a amazing fashion. So love it, love it, love it. And that's that little outro there, and just the musicality of it all with the live band just tells me, you know, you could tell it came straight out of the Butterfly Lounge. And let's see, where does it say? Yep, recorded at the Butterfly Lounge, Atlanta, Georgia. You can just tell that came straight out of the Butterfly Lounge, just because of you can hear that kind of same instrumentation of the We Belong Together extended mix, the Mimi's Valentine's mix. That was, you know, just a complete vocal and musical odyssey, as a lot of Mariah's songs that passed the 5, 6, 7 minute mark, as they tend to do, when she's just letting her God-given gift shine. But yeah, really beautiful. And here we go into, you know, the last song on the album, the title track, Here for It All. You know, she previewed this in London, and we heard that beautiful line with the, you know, the even when you bounce off the walls. I just love the way her voice is. You know, she said she was in really good voice today. She recorded this album, or the day she recorded this track. You could clearly tell the belts are there. Her tone is just gorgeous. And you could tell, again, I have to look and see, because I feel like this was also recorded at the Butterfly Lounge. Yes, recorded at the Butterfly Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. You could just tell because the way the production of it all, you know, it sounds like she had that full band there and they were doing their thing. You know, Mariah did a lot of amazing projects from 2020 and up in the interim between Caution and Here for It All. So anybody saying that, oh, you know, she released more music and blah, 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 blah. She been releasing so many amazing projects and has kept her skills very, very sharp. This track is beautiful, and everybody, when you hear it, it definitely will touch you. But you know, it gives me a classic Mariah feel of like There For Me and Butterfly, and you know, just those really beautiful like you know, piano ballads that she's done in the past. So yeah, let's get into it. This is Here for It All, the title track, and excellent. One of her best album closers probably since Heavenly. Yeah, on Me I Am Mariah. So yeah, let's get into it. Really gorgeous. And these are the questions y'all need to be asking her. Like, what was the meaning behind that? Who said that's tough? When she said, I lay awake and hear you breathe and live to see the physical embodiment of love. Someone said that's tough. What was she talking about? Because it clearly evokes laughter from her. She did a live preview of this track about a week or two before the album dropped, which I was like, I don't want to hear it, but it was beautiful. She laughs when she sings that lyric, and then when you hear it on the album, it adds a nice production value, the fact that you hear someone go woof or do kind of like some kind of noise when she does that. So to anybody complaining about that section, saying, oh, I think that she let a dog bark get in there, I'm like, Reddit lambs, are y'all okay? Because it's always some kind of like crazy theory that y'all are concocting. Like, how would she accidentally have let a bark of a dog make it all the way onto the album and not hear it? Like, please be for real. Be so for real right now. Like, knock it off. So that's clearly a production choice for production value. And I really like that. And let's talk about her tone. It's very soft, but it's unique. I haven't heard her really sound like this on a song before, you know, in terms of that's this particular tone that she's having in this, like, you know, I don't know, but it sounds very gorgeous. And like I said, this song gives me like There For Me vibes. Y'all put it in the comments and let me know what other ballads this song reminds you of, because it's escaping me right now. But definitely it gives me the essence of like Sunflowers for Alfred Roy, which was dedicated to her father, especially the outro. But we'll definitely get there. We'll get there. Let's get into it.
You take a little bit of every flower that's embedded in me. But if you need, I'll keep shit together and internalize the depths of the feet. And baby, I'm here for it all. The glory, the shakes, and what drones. Even when you dance on the wall.
Really gorgeous, nice, just subtle approach, but I love the swing approach with the for it all, here for it all, while she's singing that, and then you know, just like that layering, that classic Mariah layering with just all that ear candy and things that put you, just elevates you to being on just a cloud of reverie, you know, while you're listening to her music, because it's just gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. If you haven't listened to her music through headphones, it's a completely different experience. You know, this is somebody that goes in and puts in so many background vocals, so many ad-libs, so many details to things, and you are just immersed. She gets in there and gets her hands dirty and truly does what needs to be done. This is why Ariana is one of her, you know, musical daughters, because she gets in there and is hands-on with the vocal producing and all types of things like that. But yeah, my goodness, Here for It All is already such a gorgeous ballad, and I'm so happy to be able to hear this on CD, hear it in every form that it's available. I can't wait to get the vinyl. That is such a beautiful, beautiful line. And once again, she's layered this song gorgeously. We're up in the clouds. And while we're up here, now she has given us a rainbow imagery. She said, oh, rainbows will always remind you of me. Please remember to look for them diligently for me. Like, so gorgeous. Yeah, that's such a pretty line. It's a callback to her whole theme, you know, her whole vibe of being someone that loves nature and sings about the beauty of life and sings about seeing the rainbow at the end of, you know, what am I trying to say? At the end of a storm, after you've gone through something tumultuous, you know, you will see a silver lining. You will definitely have that brighter day. So I love that continuous theme. So it's a callback to her brand. It's a callback to what she always believes in. I really feel like it's talking to a current lover. But, you know, some people have interpreted it to mean, oh, she's talking to her kids. I'm like, I don't know about that when there's a line speaking of, you know, kiss where the sun doesn't shine. But again, this is why Mariah likes to leave things up to interpretation, because it could be about anything. You apply it to anything that you want to. She likes to leave it to where anybody can, you know, put whatever meaning they need to and let it bless you in whichever way you need it to do. So yeah, this song is just really gorgeous. Yeah, that is a really gorgeous line. Whisper something softly to the wind you want Mariah to hear. You know, her mom named her after they call the wind Maria. So that's really beautiful that she says, whisper something softly to the wind you want Mariah to hear. And then that little beautiful whistle that she put in the back. Excellent imagery, as well as just beautiful songwriting.
Baby, I'm here for real. I'm better just sleep overnight. So baby, I'm here for it all.
I love that she switched up her tone in such a gorgeous fashion on here. It sounds so good. I love the fullness. You know, she's always going to give you that dynamics going for the breathy to the full, and then give you those belts at the end on a good Mariah track. I just am so taken aback by her tone here. It sounds really gorgeous. Yeah, and then this section that builds up to the bridge building up to the outro is nice. Like, you know, this is just a test flight, a rehearsal. You know, I'm like, ooh, that's a really, really nice concept. Again, these are things you should be asking Mariah about. Enough with the, oh, you know, do you know her? And blah, blah, blah. Like, ask Mariah about artistic things like this. Like, this is beautiful. You know, when you ask her about her spirituality, she opens up so much more because she's a very spiritual person. You know, Mariah doesn't want to talk about shallow things. This is why she wrote her memoir, so y'all can, you know, have whatever fodder that you want with that, and you know, just be fixated on whatever aspect of her that you want to be. But it's like she's spoken in depth about so many things. Like, let's ask her new questions. Shout out to Rob Markman for giving me one of the best interviews of her career, because he asked such profound, wonderful questions. Ask her, like, this is just a test flight, a rehearsal. What do you mean by that, Mariah? Like, I would love to know what that means to her, spiritually wise. Like, what does that mean? Are you speaking in terms of this, us going to heaven after this? You know, like, this is all just a rehearsal because we are created to worship him, or we're created in his image, you know, to et cetera, et cetera. I would love to hear, you know, what you think, because that's just gorgeous. But feel free to leave that in the comments. What does that mean to you guys? You know, this is just a test flight, a rehearsal. I just love it. It's really very simple, and she's emphasizing it because she not only goes on to, she says it here, but she goes on to have a whole outro dedicated to it. So they're very important lyrics to her. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, that is such a good song, a classic Mariah ballad. She's singing down. I love the runs. That had me in a chokehold. That is beautiful. And, you know, I've already seen, there's certain lambs that, you know, they always have to throw their shade or give, you know, little backhanded compliments. And, you know, somebody was like, oh, this is very Me, I Am Mariah coded, but we'll get into that later. We already know what you're talking about. I always have something to say about songs sounding overproduced and whatever. If she adds a little embellishment on vocals, we know Mariah can do it, and nobody can even think of to even do those notes. The thing about Mariah is that is a artistic and a production choice to add an embellishment and add auto-tune or whatever she decides to add on it. And we've heard her do other worldly and inhuman things with her voice. So the fact that her mind is even able to conceive the ability to do a run like that, even people harp, because that was a lot of people's critique with the Elusive Chanteuse album was that it sounded overproduced. And, you know, it may not be everyone's cup of tea. I personally like it because I'm just like, it sounds good. I think, you know, you have to look at it through a lens of like, this is just an artistic choice. And there's some singers that they absolutely need that, and they're using that. And again, no shade, because studio artists, there are live artists, and then there's, you know, other people in between that can do both. I think the beautiful thing about Mariah is she's been able to have a career with both. You know, when she came out, she was an artist that already said she did not want to tour. You know, she did not want to be a touring artist, but she did it out of pressure because people were saying her voice was not real. She went out there and showed y'all that her voice is real, and she absolutely can do these things. So I think Mariah is somebody that you cannot try to harp on her for using vocal embellishments in the studio and things like that. As a producer, you know, she has a wonderful ear. She has never made a bad album. She's never made a bad album. So Here for All is great. But let's get into it. We're not even done. That was, you know, just a portion. That was the meat of the final song. But yeah, let's finish up. When I heard that, I knew she recorded this in the Butterfly Lounge because it just sounds like how her voice was on the Portrait, Hopeful Child. You know, here for it all. Like you could just tell. I know that 2021 Mimi or 2022 Mimi did that because I just know. I know my girl, and I love this song, and I just love everything everywhere this song went. That is so nice. I am SZA while listening to this, you know, just vibing out. You know, when she previewed this on Flowers, the Apple Music special, I was just like, just gorgeous. I love, you just gotta praise him. Well, however she went up on that, those background vocals, but yeah, man, this is beautiful. And Gospel Mariah has showed up and showed out on this album. Showed up and showed out. My favorite ending. So He's one on this album too, cause like He's and Lambs won. We won big time on that. Like, and once again, waiting to hear that Mariah and MJ collab. Michael Jackson's management, please release that song. I know y'all have something major planned, but let's get it going because we need to hear whatever it is that Mariah and MJ did in the studio, and we know it was magic. She held that note for a while. Went from like a kind of head voice all the way up to whistle. Gorgeous, like, my goodness. Yeah, Mariah really snapped on this. The Butterfly Lounge, the Holy Spirit was filled in the Butterfly Lounge. Cause my goodness, yeah. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Bravo, Mariah Carey, you snapped. That was an amazing album, start to finish. I love that it was 11 tracks. Another spiritual thing, because, you know, 11s and 1s, you know, are divine signals to, like, you know, monitor our thoughts and the reality that we create for ourselves. So the fact that that track was number 11, I feel like is not coincidental. Mariah is very tapped in, is a very spiritual person, as evidenced by Nothing is Impossible, Jesus I Do, and Here for It All. You know, those were excellent tracks. Mariah sounds really good. I don't listen to albums and say, oh, I'm going to give it a scale rating or anything like that. I've never been a fan of doing that. But this is one of my most favorite Mariah albums that I've heard. I've been a Lamb since I was probably 3-4 years old. And so I can remember a lot of Mariah rollouts. The very first Mariah rollout I remember vividly being a part of was probably the Emancipation of Mimi. This is a really beautiful moment. It gives me a call back to Memoirs because, you know, that came out when I was a senior in high school. And yeah, I remember, you know, having that album in my car, you know, like literally just like that excitement of being able to go back like, oh, I do have a Mariah Carey CD sitting in my car that I can listen to on the way home and then take it back inside and listen to it. So yeah, that's an album that has stayed with me for years, but always reminds me of fall. So, you know, having Here for It All at this time of year, I already knew this was going to be special for me because, you know, my birthday is in September. So this came out literally a week after my birthday. And, yeah, I always listen to her music and add her music to my birthday playlist. You know, Glitter and Butterfly are always on my birthday playlist. So having Here for It All in this time of year is special to me. It gives me call back to 2020 with the memoir itself coming out, the meaning of Mariah and the rarities and all of that. So every season is Mariah's season for me because I can think of a time in my life when her music was truly the soundtrack to it, and I have a good association or a good memory attached to all sorts of songs throughout her, you know, from her catalog throughout my life. So I just thank you so much, Mariah. Thank you for being a constant light. Thank you for being a beacon of hope and, you know, so many dark times, and continuing to share your beautiful gift with us because your gift is one of a kind. It is very rare to have artists like yourself. You are part of a dying breed that I hope that we can get back to with having artists, you know, like yourself, like Stevie Wonder, Gladys Knight, Smokey Robinson, people that, Aretha Franklin, artists that love the Lord and make secular music, you know. So you are singing about life, but you're also injecting your faith into your music, and, you know, in the process, allowing people like myself to have a solace in an industry that so often shuns away from being spiritual and from loving God. So I'm very happy. You inspire me. I'm a singer myself, and I am going to release an R&B gospel project soon. So it makes me happy to see artists, you know, that I grew up with still going strong. It gives you hope for the future. It gives you something to look forward to. And, you know, this is why we prop our legends and our idols up and give them their flowers while they're here, because we want y'all to know that we love you and we want you to continue doing you know, what it is that God put you here for. So y'all, if y'all haven't heard this album, y'all haven't really sat down and immersed yourself into it, please do so. I'm at that stage now where I'm beyond all the melodies and the, you know, the ad-libs and stuff, and I really want to start immersing myself into the lyrics, especially now that I have this lyric booklet to sit down and just go through, like back to back in the day when you just sit there and really focus on this and meditate on the lyrics and look at who was singing background and really think about, dang, y'all was really in the studio creating all this magic. So it's one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, I really need this. If y'all haven't gotten this, go get it. Mariah, congratulations on having the #1 album on the top album sales chart, dated October 11th. You sold 39,000 in your first week of pure, you know, sales. So people, lambs are gonna spend their coin when a legend drops, for sure. And I definitely want to get this for my mom. And I definitely want at least 2 of the vinyls. I need the vinyl that has this. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it has this as the cover. And then I need this this vinyl as well. I'm not somebody that normally collects a bunch of different, variants of albums. But when it's Mariah, I always love to have all the different versions and stuff. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. If you want to see me review any other albums, please leave that in the comments. This is my very first album review, and it's only fitting that I would do it from one of my favorite artists, or from my favorite singer of all time, Mariah Carey. But yeah, I've been waiting to do this, so thank y'all so much for watching this, and yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, please, and yeah, y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all so much.